Sveiki visi. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. And actually, if you have any questions, you can shout. I'm OK with that. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the things that we do in Vilnius City Municipality in terms of open data. And usually, when telling people about that we did this or that, I get a basic question, so what? Nothing's gonna ever change, and you're just wasting your time. So I'm going to tell about what are we changing and how are we doing it. So just first of all, a little about me. I'm gonna start from the bottom. I was a freelance programmer and a data enthusiast, and I would like to aspire to be a civic hacker. But I did a lot of work with open data voluntarily, just scraping it off the institutions and doing some infographics. I called my project Free Data because open is not necessarily free. And about 1 year ago, I decided to leave programming for a small, nice little company in Kaunas called Datadog and became a project manager. And on that very same day, I got a call from our city mayor. He said, "Hi, this is Remigijus Šimašius," and I said, "Oh yeah, right." And he said that, well, I won the election. I said, "I know." And he asked me to do open data with him. And I said yes, because what can you say to an offer like that? And then I became an advisor to the mayor of IT, on IT and open data. But advisors look big, like people who just tells what to do and how to do it, and leave the implementation to everyone else. I try to be a bit different because I do everything from organizing the communities and to programming as well, and setting up scripts to pull out the data automatically from one or another system. So yeah, I accepted the offer and started to do stuff. Our first priority was to collect some low-hanging fruits, meaning that there are a lot of data, and we see that there are some data ready to be published, and we just let it out. We put it on GitHub and allow the community to analyze it. This led to some great results, and we had other priorities because open data is just data. You need to turn it into information. You need to understand it. You need to understand what is about and how to put it into a context that you can really make sense out of it and base some decisions out of that and gain some wisdom on how to run the city smart. What we found is a lot of Excel sheets, right? A lot of stuff that's being collected. For example, traffic control center. Every day they collected the data about the traffic jams in the city, and they put it in an Excel sheet, and they put that Excel sheet somewhere in their computers and forget about it forever. We also found a lot of PDF documents, a lot of scanned PDF documents, which I refer to as Belarus +1, because PDF documents, especially scanned ones, they are not useful in big volumes. You cannot read through all of them. You cannot machine process them. And they are not really useful unless you arrive at them from some point that you already know the context, just you need some additional information and so on. We didn't find any single point of entry for all this data. There, of course, was a content page with this data, some of those Excel sheets, some of those PDFs, and there was no big policy about how we do it and how we extract everything and then put it up, how periodically we do that. And also we found some apps, and that was the base of calling the city smart, because we have smart parking app and smart public transport app, and thus we are smart. But if you want to be smart, like really do smart things, not have smart shiny things, but first of all you need not to be stupid, because yeah, we have the parking app, right? But for example, speaking about kindergartens, right? There is a lot of data collected about them in the systems of the municipality, and no one is doing anything with that data. So first of all, we depersonalized it and put it up on GitHub, and started seeing that we have children in the queue to the kindergartens that applied in the year of 2009, so they're 7 years old and they don't need the kindergarten. And there was, before that, there was a lot of manipulation on those numbers because it's a big problem. And well, when we collected all that data and published it, we had the opportunity to analyze and present the true numbers for the municipality officers and for the politicians to operate on, so they can understand the impact of the problem and what scale is it, and what are the correct numbers for every single day. What does not work? I recently came up with this declassified CIA document, and it was called a Simple Sabotage Field Manual. And it basically contains what is wrong with organizations, big or small. And it states that if you want to make something and make it fail, you need to put those decisions to committees, to task force, and have a lot of meetings where you discuss those problems and don't actually assign people to solve them, but you prolong the process as much as possible, and by that you avoid having those problems solved. And everything that is abstract, and usually municipalities' documents are very abstract. Like, for example, we came up with the real estate strategy for properties owned with by the municipality, and the goal that was stated in the strategy was defined as: we need to run, we need to organize public property effectively. Well, that doesn't mean anything. Effectively could mean a lot of different things, like you can sell it all, you can rent it all out, you can repair it and use it for your own things, and having goals like that is an abstract way of saying that you don't know what you're going to do with it. So what works is basically trying to get the things done between trying to get around the meetings and around the discussions, and trying to prioritize and implement the specific stuff that a lot of people in the municipality know what needs to be done in one way or another, but they don't like the responsibility, thus they delegate it to the task forces and committees and commissions, and they basically pickle the decisions that need to be made. What we understood that really works is geeks, because geeks just have a different way of thinking, and they think about problems in more of a engineering sense of way, because they see a problem, they start to figure out algorithms, processes, and solutions. So we made an initiative which is called Code for Vilnius. We basically, one guy that lately got into Vilnius, he was doing Code for America for some time. He came to me, he said, well, let's do Code for Vilnius. And I said, yeah, let's do it. And after 2 weeks, we got a bunch of geeks. We currently have a community about 25 to 30 members. Some of them coming and going, but these geeks, they actually try to solve problems of the citizens by using technology. So one project we have, and it has resonated a bit this week, is that we are going to put a camera in a bus, and it will monitor the A lane for violations and penalize the drivers that are violating the A lane. So there was a lot of talk about this, and Lithuanians are experts at telling you why you don't have to do something. I mean, if there would be a rating, we would score top 10 at least. And so the first problem, what about 4+? 4+ lanes are used by people who carpool together to work, and but there are only 2 or 3 of those lanes. So it doesn't impede us from solving the problem for all the other A lanes. And well, when the thing is that from the general public, you get this telling you that something doesn't need to be done, but from the geeks you don't. Somehow they see a problem, they see a solution, and they go for it. And well, what else is working is that we are focusing on impact. Just today, my colleague Daniel was giving a presentation about artificial intelligence, and there was this big pyramid of things that, first of all, there's data, and then there's information. And some of the guys from the municipality obviously had seen this pyramid, so they told me that we need to, first of all, collect all of the data. We would need to spend a lot of time. We need to create systems. We would need to collect it all. And then when we have all the data, we need to open it up. And while we are opening it up, we will be buying some systems, some analytic systems, trying to figure out what's in the data. And then after maybe 4 or 5 years, we can get some knowledge out of that data. So this is the way that academia maybe or bureaucrats think, because you know, they're structured, they go by the pyramid. But we are focusing on the impact, and some of the easy wins that we made by focusing on the impact is the first data set actually that we opened up was about public procurements, which are small in their value, but people tend to combine 3 small public procurements and make a bigger one, but without any regulation. So we asked to collect public procurement data from 18 randomly, not so randomly chosen institutions, and we got a lot of pushback, because people were asking it why. We add some data to other companies, and we don't want to give it to you, and maybe that's classified information, and so on and so on. But then we issued an order that to give that data to, just to silence all the naysayers, and well, they gave the data, and later this is what happened. I mean, the data wasn't even really structured. It was a list of items that the companies bought, and the sums that were bought by those, the sums for those procurements. And I know that to claim all this for open data would be naive at minimum, but it started with us opening up data, journalists picking up the data, and then politicians, doing their what they do, like executive decisions and so on. What that is focusing on impact, because if we would be working by that pyramid, we would that guy would still be in his job, and probably, and we after maybe 5 years would have caught up with him. So if you want to focus on impact, you cannot be stuck with all those general guidelines that are usually provided for this project. Another easy win, this was not so easy because it was a big project, and it's still ongoing. In winter there's snow, on the streets, and someone needs to clean it. And we were, going step by step through the process, and we were asking, what do you choose to clean first? And they say there is a list of priorities, and so on and so on. Okay, so if you need to clean the priority streets, so how do you get to those priority streets? Because they are not in one line, you need to cross something else. Then they said, oh yeah, we forgot there's actually a route that is approved by someone. And that route contains some streets that, should not be there. And after all this, seeing all the inefficiencies in the work, we basically examined all the evidence in all our long-running project, and see that this guy is not doing a good job running that company that cleans the streets. Also, to claim this all on open data would be naive, and basically what we do is we provide politicians with the evidence the evidence and the facts that they can base their decisions onto. And we got trackers on the trucks that clean the streets, and there was an interactive map which was public, and we could see a lot of misuse of the public money and public goods that were used for that process. There was one not so easy win, because it was multi-institutional one, because we heard the rumor that on Sundays near the railway station the public transport doesn't have enough capacity to transport all the people. And we started asking why is that? And we collected some data from the railway company and from municipalities agencies, susisiekimo paslaugos, that from the municipality we got the routes and the capacities of the public transport that is going on Sundays to one direction or another. And from the railway company we got what types of tickets are arriving at our station on those hours. And we saw that there are a lot of tickets with 50% discount. That means that students are coming back from their cities to Vilnius to study, and they're doing so on Sunday usually. And in some hours we saw that, so yeah, we crunched the data. We saw that there is a big volume of the passengers that need to be transported from the railway station to Saulėtekis to other campuses in the city. And we came up with this decision and these facts, and we provided them to the municipality's committee of solving public transportation problems, and they gladly accepted it and then starting to think about ways to make the transportation denser and able to carry more people from the railway station to the campuses. So that was almost a sort of a textbook data-driven decision where we saw a problem, we collected a lot of data, we based we analyzed it and provided us some solutions and gave it to the responsible people in the municipality to get it done. Yeah, and by that we confirmed the myth, the rumor that it was actually there wasn't enough capacity for the passengers at some hours on Sunday. Yeah, so why we do what we do is that first of all we save money by that, and next up we expose bad deeds and bad people, and we want to help citizens. So we done some things in terms of saving money, because controlling and seeing where the snow plows are going allowed us to question some of the things that are being done by the municipality entity, and but frankly we do not have a metric yet to tell how much we saved, because it's all in the big pipeline of things that need to be done, and we will surely move to a way to get to know that exact sum of money. Talked about bad deeds and bad people, because there are still plenty, and we are always trying to challenge them, though we are grossly underfunded, but we do as much as we can to come up with all that we can and analyze as much as we can, and to provide the information for the politicians so they can, make those data-driven decisions, because they want to. Basically, that's good publicity for them, so they don't care. And we want to help citizens. That is the part we are, I think, lacking the most, because currently not a lot of communication was done about what we are doing, and how can this influence a simple citizen's life? Like, what can he get out of this? And how can he use the data about traffic jams to get to know where he should be going or avoiding or working and so on? But I think the most important thing what we do here is managing expectations, because all those things I mentioned, like the kindergartens, the snow plows, the taking care of the streets, the public spaces, the public transportation, everyone demands that a lot, because politicians, they come to run the municipality, and while doing so during the election, they set the expectations to very high. Like literally, the current political party set the expectation that everything will be okay. So my car broke down. it's not okay. You have failed me, the citizen thinks. But actually, when you break it down, if a person in Vilnius gets an average salary, which is 700 euros transferred to him, he pays an income tax of about 137, and from that sum, the Vilnius only gets 65 euros per month. So that's the price of a gym membership at Impulse, and also login costs 70 euros. So Vilnius doesn't get that much, but you demand more from Vilnius than you demand from login or a gym, because you don't go to gym, you just buy the membership and quit. Yeah, so we were making a map of private and public kindergartens just for this basic reason, because when you see real estate developers, they say, for example, that we have built a really nice home, and Santariškės new kindergarten, which is built by the municipality, is there. And you cannot actually deny the fact that it's there, because there's a building and there's a kindergarten. But to that kindergarten, there's a queue of about 1,000 people. So thinking that you can get ahead of all of them would be a bit optimistic. And you might not want to choose that house because despite the fact that physically the kindergarten is there, you cannot get into it. And you might want to choose a place elsewhere. And that's the way we democratize the information and make it available to everyone. One other thing about expectation management is to know the boundaries of our responsibilities, because people living in Vilnius generally, that means that they're living in the city center, in the districts, around, all of the district around, and maybe in some places that are very far away from the actual Vilnius, but they demand, for example, that the streets have to be clean. It's snowing outside, right? And the road is not cleaned. And they go to Facebook, they shout at the politicians that the street is not clean, please do something. And we see that we ask about where are they living, and we explain that, well, if you're living here, you need to take care of the street yourself. And even if you live in that yellowy place, it's still not us. it's another governmental institution that needs to take care of that road and that territory. So we readdress the client, we channel its anger into somebody else, but not in a way that we want to just bounce the person, but he has a lot of energy and he might get his road cleaned, but if he insists that the municipality should do it, well, we cannot, because currently the zones are presented like this, and if you want to add these private homes, just for the municipality to clean them, well, you need to go to your politicians and ask them. And if there is money and if the possibilities, well, then maybe you get it. But it's not an operational level discussion, because you need to address the right people for that, not the guys that are actually now cleaning it. Another thing we do is, as I said, democratization. I don't know if that's a word, but for example, there are a lot of schools in the city, and they all have sports halls, concert halls, little ones, but they do have them. And we think that consolidating all of this property and allowing to rent it through an online system, and to allowing people to know that there are these resources nearby them. For example, I want to play basketball and I just came to town where I can do this. Now there's a system for that where you cannot online book it, but you at least know that it's there, and you can address the right contact for that, because usually the people go to the the guards, they pay in cash, and or they go to, if it's a different question about the where to rent a place, for example, for your food cart, then you need to go for a district supervisor of sorts, and he then pay him cash. So that's not the way things should work, and making transferring this into a technology-based solution where you can have an online catalog for those things is essential to, even those people who are now taking care of those things about renting renting the places, they can focus on community management. If they're district supervisors, they can focus on other things, and they spend their energy elsewhere. So everybody kind of wins here. Yeah, and in terms of the food trucks, we think that auctioning off the places for the food trucks would be the best solution. This is just another way of transferring from Mustache to an iPad, and yeah, that's what we're going to do. And in this process, we will collect a lot of data about the interest of the places, about the people who want to do something, and we will be more open and more transparent. So what's next in our agenda is that those auctions I've told you, even more data, more and better decisions based on data. We will even have a strategy. Up until now, we were working without any document to guide us, but we have now a draft where we presume how we can calculate all the metrics, and how we can make impact to satisfy the goals that we are set to. And we are going to agree on those goals and those standards with other municipalities, and maybe one day it will be a national level thing to do. I really like this picture. I did it myself, so I added it here too.